Oh, good morning, all. Happy midweek. It's Judith. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. I think we have regulars here today. I don't think we have newcomers, but I'll go through the directives anyway. So for this class, it's a gentle class. We use a yoga mat. And if you don't have that on hand, you could use a folded blanket or maybe a beach towel on a padded surface like a carpet. I wouldn't recommend it on tile or hardwood. The other items we like to have available are yoga blocks, 2 of them. These are the styrofoam versions. They're really nice to have. They're not that expensive. So if you don't have the blocks, you could use water bottles or canned goods of equal size and weight as substitutes. I've rolled up a towel and affixed it with rubber bands. That's my little bolster. I have a squishy mat here for padding, but you could use towels or small cushions from the sofa or the bed as substitutes. Our friend, the yoga strap. And if you don't have one of those on hand, you could substitute with a belt or a scarf or a dog leash or a bathrobe tie. No worries. Optional items, which are nice to have if you want to add those in, and again, they're strictly optional, would be hand weights, either a set of 1 pounder or a set of 2 pounders. These are 3, so just pretend they're 2. And nothing heavier than 2 pounds. So those are optional. That's just to add in if you feel like you don't have enough challenge. You've been doing it enough so that you want a little bit more challenge. And then to have a nice chair available as well. We use the chair for either standing or sitting movements. You can use the chair for a balance, home, or you could use a wall, or you could use a piece of furniture that doesn't move once you start pushing weight on it. So I'm still nursing my shoulder, so I will be modifying. So just know that if whatever is being offered this morning just doesn't work for your body, you could modify, you can do something else, or you can skip it. So just bear that in mind. Listen to what the mind and the body are saying, and all should be well. So you can take the feet now nice and wide and just start swinging the arms like empty coat sleeves. And while you're doing that, just start tuning in to that deep LSD breath. Long, low, deep. And we're just moving the body from side to side. We're shifting the weight. So once you twist in one direction, that opposite heel might be willing to lift up off of the mat, but maybe not. And as you're moving, you're twisting the spine, you're squeezing it. So we're pumping fresh blood, oxygen, life force into that spine. And you're taking those deep, full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center now. Corkscrewing very slowly, no rush. Hands could be on hip crease or waist. You can decide. The feet might be about shoulder width apart, and then those toes point forward. Let's start circling those hips. Let's get those hips involved. So imagine you're on that inside of the barrel again, and you're trying to hit each point on that invisible circle here. And as you get more involved with the movement, maybe you want to engage the torso a little bit more, but maybe not. You can decide. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go the other direction. Noticing if this feels the same as the other direction. It may or may not. So it's inhale forward, exhale as you round in the back there, squeezing navel to spine, maybe involving the torso, but maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's corkscrew back to center now. Shoulder rolls, just warming the body systematically here. Just alerting it that we're coming in. We're going to be doing some movement. Big full breaths for 4, 3, standing tall. 2, 1. Let's go the other direction. It's the same idea. You're circling the shoulder girdle, drawing at visible circles in the air. So the 4 corners are grounding into the earth, crown of head lifting to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bringing that to stillness. Let's just shake out the arms. Let's just go ahead and start lifting the right heel and placing it down, lifting left heel, placing it down, side to side. So as you lift the heel, lift it up as high as it's willing to go. Spread those toes out nice and wide, getting some blood flow into those tiny little digits for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can keep at this pace or maybe double time. So you're bicycle pedaling those heels. You choose. You could pick the first level or this level. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down to stillness one more time. Heels land. Let's lift that right heel and just start circling the ankle joint. So it's the ankle joint initiating the movement, not the knee or the thigh. They just go along. Big full breath, standing tall on that supporting left leg. Let's go the other direction when you find the opportunity. Big full breaths. Don't forget about the breathing. Expanding lung capacity. Big full breath. Let's go ahead and bring this heel down. Lift the left and start circling that heel, that ankle, rather. So it's the ankle joint that's moving it. You're standing tall on the supporting right leg. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then very slowly, I don't remember if we did the other direction. If you haven't done the other direction, do it. I got so busy counting, I forgot. Okay, let's put that heel down. And then from here, let's just do a little bit of a bounce. Little tiny bounces. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2. Get other body parts involved. 1, keep going. So this is going to be a little free-form movement here, a little meditation and motion. You can move the body in any way you wish. You're still lifting up and down on those heels. Big full breaths for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bringing that down to stillness. Nice and gentle. Let's go ahead and start lifting the feet. So maybe just little tiny lifts off of the mat to begin with. Maybe bigger ones as you get a little bit more accustomed to the movement. Maybe those knees could come up to waist high. It doesn't have to go higher. And you're marching for 8, 7. See if you can make it vigorous. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep marching. Now we're going to cross opposite arm and opposite knee across the midline. Here we go. And you're going to exhale, exhale. Big, full breath. Crossing the midline and breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly you're going to bring it down, maybe just touching toes. Arms could come to stillness. Ooh. And then bringing the feet to stillness. Feet are directly under the hips, one hand on heart, one hand on belly, and noticing how you feel. Eyes can drop closed. Do a quick little scan of the body. Noticing where the energy has moved in the body. And as long as we're here, let's work on that 3-part Durga breath. So the inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift, pausing at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, ribs, belly, noticing that pause at the bottom as you empty completely. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, noticing the pause at the top. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, noticing that pause at the bottom. 2 more just like that on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze out all the air, every last bit. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's shake it out a bit. I'm going to grab my baby weights so that they're here in front of me. You might want to face the long edge of your mat. I'm going to bring blocks as well. So I have plenty of support. And if you didn't have blocks and you need some support, you could move the chair so that the seat is facing you, and you could use your hands on the seat of the chair for support. So you decide what works, okay? So from here, so you can see, feet are going to be about shoulder distance apart, toes point forward. You could put your hands on the hip crease or the waist. You're going to inhale, knees track over toes as they bend. The torso stays upright. So we're not going forward here. We're staying upright. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pulses. 8, maybe arms go in, maybe not. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Float the arms down. Let's take the feet a little wider now. Toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. Arms stretch out to the side. You're going to slide the ribs to the right. Back to center. Slide the ribs to the left. Abdominals are engaged. Sliding and drifting over to the left, right, and left. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Human teeter-totter. So all that's moving is the ribs. The arms are fixed. They're not moving. They're just kind of going along because the torso is scrunching to the right and scrunching to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Arms still extend. Let's flex the wrists. You're pressing those arms like you're pushing the sidewalls away. Big full breath. Drop the ear to the right shoulder. It might be a good place to say ow. So right ear drops to the shoulder. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Head comes back to center. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Arms continue to press away. Big full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the arms down. Head comes back to center. Arms resist gravity as they go down. Shake out the arms. You might really want to say ow here. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back, extending the arms long behind. So you're not conveniently resting it there on your bum. You're going to stretch the arms away. And we're taking deep, full breaths. For 4, open the chest, tuck the chin. 3, 2, 1. Let's take those fists, those interlaced fingers over to the left hip. Now see if you can keep the chest square to your screen or the front of your space. You don't want to torque off to the left. Try to avoid that. So you're getting a nice stretch in that right shoulder girdle. And we're taking deep, full breaths here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down to center. Those fists crawl over to the right hip. This side may feel different. Try not to torque off to the right. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back to center. Nice and easy. Unlace the fingers, shake out the arms. Let's take the right arm across the body and pin it with the left forearm. Here again, the tendency is to want to torque to the left. See if you can keep the chest square to the front of your space. Standing tall for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it slowly, slowly. Let's go ahead and inhale, and we're going to cross the left arm in front and pin it with the right forearm. I'm modifying. This is my injured side. Ooh. So deep, full breaths here. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Unwind those arms. Shake them out one more time. Maybe the legs need to be a little wider, but maybe not. You can choose. So toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. We're going to do that little baby squat again, this time at a different angle. Knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. The torso stays upright. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Big full breaths here. This is option 1. Option 2 is maybe forearms on thighs, crown of head points directly to the screen so that this torso is actually parallel to the earth. That's level 2. Why don't we just stay here for a few breaths? See if you can just sink a little bit into this deep plie. Don't go crazy. Don't force it or jam it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands can come now to the thighs. Let's draw the right shoulder in the direction of the left knee, looking over left shoulder. Standing twist. The right hand, meanwhile, pressing right hand into right thigh into right hand. So you've got an isometric press going on the right, a standing twist on the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to center. Left shoulder migrates over towards right knee. You're looking over right shoulder. Meanwhile, left hand is pressing into left thigh pressing into left hand, looking over the right shoulder. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Maybe the torso is parallel to the earth. Maybe this is where you'd like to grab your blocks or your seat of your chair. So let's go ahead and do a big press. Inhale, press, and then straighten the legs and come into that wide leg standing forward fold. Inhale, knees track over toes, big plie. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Oof. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Let's stay forward and exhale now. We're in a big wide leg fold. Right hand grabs right ankle or calf. Left ankle grabs left ankle or calf. You're trying to draw the body, the torso between the two legs. Find your optimum, not your maximum. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Maybe some Mr. Ed lips, some horse lips. Maybe here, while we're standing here in this forward fold, a shift from side to side might feel good, but maybe not. You can decide. You can adjust the width of the legs. Hands could move to someplace more stable, maybe the thighs. And you just go from side to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take these blocks. You can rest your hands there. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. And then from here, we'll do our series of flat back lifts. Hands can drag along the shins. Inhale halfway up. Back is flat. No spills if you serve tea there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do 4. Belly is engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's come all the way up. Hands can come to thighs for support. You're stacking the bones. Whew. Stacking the bones. Stacking the bones, rolling some shoulders. Nice and gentle, and then just once more time. Hand to heart, hand to belly, eyes drop closed. Noticing how you feel. Just noticing, feeling that energy rush throughout the system. Big full breaths. 1 more. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get some weights if you would like to use weights. If not, nothing. Maybe if you have blocks, you'd like to use 1 block in place of the weights. Doesn't matter. So it's either no weight or 1 weight in each hand. The palms face the midline. Exhale, right fist into right armpit. Inhale. Exhale, left side. Same thing. Inhale. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and draw the hands down. The palms now face the thighs or the back wall. Exhale, lift right arm only to shoulder height. Exhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. So let's do 8 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now maybe you want to keep alternating, or maybe the 2 together for 8, 7. Slow it down. Don't rush it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them lifted. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then float them down, but resist gravity. So you're resisting with the muscles. You're not just letting the arms flop. Nice and easy. Very nice. No weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights in the right hand. Do a little biceps. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Keep it the elbow bent, and you're just going to direct the palm to your screen or the front of your space. The arm is going to be a right angle. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, half rainbow arc. Slowly lowering it down. Resist, 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 and then just let it go. Shake it out. Let's do the other side. This is my compromise side, so I'll be modifying. So here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it bent, the elbow bent. You're going to direct the palm towards your screen. You're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, all the way up if you can do it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Arm goes all the way straight up. Half rainbow arc to release. Very slowly. No rush to get there. Ooh. And shake it out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and we'll put the weights off to one side. The blocks can be at the narrow end of your mat so you know where they are. Let's take a wall or a chair. I'm going to take a wall today, but you could take a chair and face the back of the chair to do this. So you decide. I'm placing my hands on the wall about shoulder height. I'm stepping away just a little bit here. So let's just go ahead and lift and lower both heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, straighten. Lifting and straightening. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Very nice. Left foot comes forward. Right foot comes back. Just stretch out that Achilles tendon here. Stretch out the hamstrings. They may be speaking to you. Let's switch legs. Right foot forward, left foot back. Press the heel into the earth. Stretch the Achilles tendon. Stretch those leg muscles in the back. Here we go. For 4, 3, hamstring stretch, 2, 1, and then coming forward, shaking that out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and face block. Narrow into the mat. You've got your blocks there. We're going to go ahead and inhale up, both arms. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come right back up. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Few more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. You're going to stay down here. Hands come forward. Feet step back into your best version of downward facing dog. I can't join you, but you know what it looks like. So the body is in the shape of a triangle. Arms forward, feet step back, pressing the chest close to the tops of the thighs. Bicycle pedal the heels here. Wag your dog tail. Maybe a little rumba with the hips here. Side to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, heels come to stillness, come back down to earth. Bend the knees like you're going to land, but don't land. Inhale, bend the knees and hover. Exhale, straighten back to downward dog. Bending and straightening. 2 more. Bending and straightening. And then letting those knees float all the way down to the earth. Nice and slow. It can be big toes together, knees wide apart. Or it could be thighs parallel. Pressing the hips back towards the heels. And then once you get that organized, the arms should go forward on the mat, maybe. Maybe they go along the legs. And the forehead should come to the mat if it doesn't get to the mat. Stacked palms, stacked fists, maybe a block, a low block, to rest the forehead. And then once you've organized your child's pose here, maybe little micro movements side to side might feel delicious, might feel yummy. Maybe a little circle with the pelvic, the base of the pelvis, the pelvic bowl there. Oh, nice and easy. The pelvic floor. I'm circling little tiny circles, and then be sure you go in the other direction. Oh boy. And then bringing that to stillness. Take the hands on the earth, stretch them off to the left. You're still in your child's pose. Big stretch with those arms off to the left. The right hip presses away on the diagonal in the opposite direction. Woo! And then coming back to center. Hands tiptoe over to the right on the earth. The left hip presses away in the diagonal. A nice yummy stretch for that left side of the body. Big full breath. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back to center. Lay in child's pose here. Just come out of it just slightly. Place the top of the right foot and nestle it into the left arch. Then return to your full-blown child pose. So we're sort of smushing that bottom left foot here, pumping some fresh blood, synovial fluid, chi into that foot, and the 5 little piggies on that foot. And then coming out of that slightly, reverse the position of the feet. The top of the left foot nestles into the arch of the right foot, and then you press back and do a little wiggle, maybe. Maybe it's a static press. You decide. 1 more deep, full breath. And then coming out of it, triple slow turn. Come on up to neutral table. You might want to pad knees here. You decide if that's worthwhile. If you're using a blanket or a towel, make sure there's no lumps or bumps. So it's hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. If you have pain in your hands and wrists, they can come farther forward to protect the carpal tunnel area. If flat hands don't work, you could do fists. That doesn't work, maybe down on forearms. You decide. So let's tuck the 10 toes. We're just stretching open the bottoms of the feet. And let's go ahead and do a series of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. Spread the sit bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop. Exhale, arch and squeeze. Oh, big full breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Returning now, untucking the 10 toes. Let's go ahead and draw the right foot forward. So you can frame that right foot either with the hands, possibly with the blocks. And the idea is to stack the right knee over the right heel. And then you're stretching that left leg as far back as it's willing to go. So you're opening the left hip crease. Deep press in the right hip, big opening in the left hip. If you're using blocks and want to get a little more lift in the chest, bring those blocks back underneath the armpits and then press into your low runner's lunge here. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to start straightening and bending the front right leg. Torso drops down the inside of the right thigh, finding your own pace, your own rhythm. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more just like this. And the next time the front leg is straight, leave it straight. Hands might stay on the blocks, but maybe the hands want to come to the earth for more stability. Again, the torso drops down the inside of the right thighs. Here the hamstrings may be humming. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands could stay on the earth or go back to the blocks. You're still in this forward fold. Windshield wiper those right toes. The toes point up to the sky. The right heel is grounded into the mat. You're internally and externally rotating the right leg, pumping synovial fluid into the right hip. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. The foot comes back to neutral. The foot goes completely flat. You're going to cheat the right foot up into the right upper corner of the mat. You might want to take your blocks on the low setting. And we're going to go forward and back just like we were doing, but this is a different angle with the leg. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs straight. You might want to stay right here. And now go forward, bend the knee forward. Maybe the forearms want to come down onto these low blocks. Maybe they don't. Stay where you are. If this next move is too much, top left arm stretches up to the sky. If that's too much, hand can go to the sacrum here. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Rest yourself back very mindfully and slowly. Right foot meets the left. I'm placing my bolster behind my knees. Let's return to a child's pose. Between thoughts, either thighs parallel or big toes together, knees wide apart. You can decide. Whew. Then let's just go ahead and melt into the earth, into the mat here. Filling that back body with breath. Inhale, lower, middle, upper back. Pausing at the top. Exhale, upper, middle, lower back. Noticing the pause at the bottom. Continuing deep full breaths into the back body, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Returning very slowly back up to your neutral table. Reclaiming your blocks if you're using them. Let's take the left foot forward this time. And so you're stacking the left knee over the left heel. The right leg is stretched back as far as it can go. So you have a deep press in this left hip and a big stretch in that right hip. To get higher with the chest, you might want to walk your blocks underneath the armpits, pressing more deeply into the left hip, stretching more openly, And the right hip. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting to straighten and bend the front left leg. As it straightens, the torso drops down the inside of the left thigh, pressing forward and then stretching back. Gently. Does this side feel the same as the other side? Maybe, maybe not. And here again, just noticing, no judgment. The next time that front leg is straight, leave it straight. Hands might want to come to the earth for more stability. You're dropping the torso down the inside of the left thigh. And you're breathing big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. You might want to stay right here with hands on the earth. Maybe the hands want to go back to the blocks. You're still going to stay in this forward fold. You're going to externally and internally rotate those left toes. The toes point up to the sky. The left heel stays grounded. Big full breaths as you internally and externally rotate the left leg, pumping synovial fluid all the way up into that left hip socket for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Foot returns to neutral. Foot goes flat. We're going to press one more time into this low runner's lunge. And now from here, we're going to cheat that left foot up into the upper left corner of the mat. The blocks go to their low setting. We're going to stretch forward and back. Forward and back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. You go forward this next time. Stay forward. Maybe the forearms come down to the blocks. Maybe they don't. Maybe this side is different. Top arm comes up or to sacrum. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Press yourself upright very slowly, taking that left foot back to meet the right. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. And just melt into the earth here. Maybe a big sigh of relief. Couple more deep, full breaths right here, pausing between sides. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then coming out of it very, very slowly. Let's find our way to sitting. And getting your props nearby so that they're handy and you don't have to go searching for them later. Straps, weights, etc. And let's go ahead and bend the knees, toes point forward. And the hands can be placed behind the backs of the thighs, never the knee joint, or the hands could be on the shins for that matter. So you decide what works for you. Inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're dropping the shoulders away. We're back. We're squeezing the abdominals. Chest is lifted. Shoulders drop away. Chin is tucked. Big full breaths. Let's take one lower leg. Let's take 2 lower legs. Upward facing boat. Maybe one hand can come out. Maybe the second hand can come out, but maybe not. Little pulses here, opening and closing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet come down, chest goes back down through the knees. Let's roll it all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. Knees draw into the chest. So you massage the low back. I'm busy moving furniture here. So massage that low back, either doing a circle in both directions, or side to side, east to west. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center, knees splay apart. Grab shins or ankles. Lay the weight of the arms on the inside of the thighs. The feet are dangling in space here. And the weight of the arms is helping to open those hip creases. And since the feet are just here hanging out, let's go ahead and start flexing and pointing, circling ankles, spreading toes wide, making up a little dance routine with your feet here. Big full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's bring that to stillness. The knees close now together. Arms can come in T position on the earth. Back of the neck is long on the mat, and the legs are going to go straight up to the sky. Now imagine the inside of the feet and the legs are glued together, so it's one unit. Inhale, you're going to drop both legs over to the left, engaging abdominals. Come to a sticking point when you feel like you're going to fall over. Inhale back to center. Right, 2 legs drop to the right. Inhale. Exhale. So this can be a very slow movement. Gauging to see how far you can go before you collapse over. We don't want that. Stop before you get to that point. You're squeezing abdominals side to side. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's the legs come back to neutral. This time we'll slip the palms underneath the bum, so you have a little more support for the low back there. Let's take the left straight leg and drop it. Drop and hover. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Drop right straight leg and hover. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, or more. 4, maybe flex and point at the top. Flex as you drop, point as you lift. 3, 2, 1. And maybe you want to keep alternating, or maybe you want to try to do the 2 together. Oh boy. Drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. 2 more. Dropping and squeezing. Dropping and squeezing. Hands can slide away from under the bum. The knees point back in towards the chest. Let's take the right foot to the earth and let's just circle. Let's just circle this left knee. So getting, again, maybe we could consider this as redistributing that synovial fluid we just pumped in there. Let's go the opposite direction. Big full breath. And then bringing that to stillness, left foot hits the earth. Now the right knee comes back into the chest. And you're going to circle right hand on right knee as you circle. Again, it's like we're distributing all that synovial fluid into that hip cavity there. And you're going the opposite direction. Don't forget to go both directions. And then bringing that to stillness, let's go ahead and take the feet mat width apart. Arms could be in T position once more, and you're going to windshield wiper those knees side to side. Big full breaths. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. The next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe you want to straighten the legs just slightly, not too much, just slightly. Both shoulder blades hopefully are kissing the earth, and your arms are in T position. You're going to float that right leg and stack it on top of the left leg. Now, maybe you want to do this. You maybe want to stack those legs on a block, maybe 2 blocks, or maybe 2 blocks with a towel or a blanket over it, just so you know, so you have enough protection there. So this is a supine twist. We're going to float the top right leg. The knee is bent. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend it off to the side, perpendicular to the body. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Restack, rebend that top knee. Let's just roll over onto your left side. As long as we're here, just roll to the left side. So now the hips are really stacked and the thighs are perpendicular to your body. You're going to float the top right leg. You're going to grab the shin, the ankle, or the top of the right foot, and you're going to draw it back behind you, keeping those hips stacked. So try not to collapse backward. Imagine there's a glass wall right behind you supporting you. Your leg, of course, magically goes through that glass wall, and you press it away. So you're pressing the foot into the hand into the foot. Big stretch for that right quad for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it, restop, and then roll back onto your back, and we'll do the other side. I'm going to go to the other side for this. Nice and easy. Knees into the chest, and then we're going to take feet mat width apart, windshield wiper the knees, side to side. Big full breath. The next time the knees drop to the right, leave them there. You're going to keep both shoulder blades on the earth. You're going to stack the top left leg on top of the right. And you're going to be in a supine twist here. We're going to float the top left leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's restack. Now you're going to roll onto your left side. So the right hip is on right side. The right hip is on the bottom. We're going to float the top left leg. The hand will grab either the shin, the ankle, or the top of the left foot. You're going to draw it back behind you, pressing hand into foot, foot into hand. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Release, restack. Come onto the back body. And if you have an available wall, or you can just do this on your mat without the wall, and just want to show you how you can do it on the wall with the legs. And I can do this at home with my door, one of the doors in my bedrooms. So the hips get very close to the baseboard or where the wall meets the floor. And you're going to come back with the legs up the wall, and maybe you can crab walk if you need to get a little bit closer. Arms can come out to the side, and you're just going to let the legs go. Whee! So you're opening up those thighs. This could be where you'd like to stay for Shavasana. Shavasana is next. So Shavasana could be this. Shavasana could be flat on your back. Maybe something rolled under the knees to protect the low back. If flat on your back doesn't work, you can bend the knees just like we were, feet mat distance apart, knock the knees together, restorative rest, or maybe legs up the wall. Legs up the wall, or they can go wide, or you can do Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet and the knees drop down. And maybe little wiggles here might feel delicious. You can decide. Or you could just really sit in a chair, feet flat, hands in the lap, eyes drop closed. And once you've got the arms and the legs organized, go ahead and drop the eyes closed. Scanning the body, breathing into any residual tension that might remain. And then bringing your attention to the soles of the feet. Imagining you're sticking those feet into a nice hot tub. And then that softness envelops the feet themselves and the ankles. And then it moves into the lower legs. That softness moves into the knees now, that complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs, allowing the legs and the feet to become very, very heavy. The softness moves into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks, the low back releases. The softness moves from the belly into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, stomach, intestines, all those vital organs deeply relaxed. It moves up the chest and into the shoulders and rolls down both arms, all the way to the fingertips. It moves into the throat and the neck now. And then it envelops the head all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. Face and jaw let go. Tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below supporting you, stars, moon, and galaxies far above. Noticing the space you've created inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's something from Pema Chodron from her book, Welcoming the Unwelcome. We are at a time when old systems and ideas are being questioned and falling apart, and there is a great opportunity for something fresh to emerge. I have no idea what that will look like and no preconceptions about how things should turn out. But I do have a strong sense that the time we live in is a fertile ground for training in being open-minded and open-hearted. Working with polarization and dehumanization won't put an immediate end to the ignorance, violence, and hatred that plague this world. But every time we catch ourselves polarizing with our thoughts, words, or actions, and every time we do something to close that gap, we're injecting a little bodhicitta into our usual patterns. We're deepening our appreciation for our interconnectedness with all others. If you'd like to stay here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. If you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug, and then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.